Hi guys, Jordan here again, bringing you some more Windows tips. Now, I do have a log of all the videos I am doing, but I'm not going to go through them in order, because that log's just going to tell me what ideas I am using. So today we're going to be talking about user accounts. Now, this is all through research, by the way, and some bits I know. Now, let's go over the different types of user accounts that you can have in Windows. The first one is pretty obvious, and it's an account you often will be set up with when you first get the computer and decide you just want to stay as you are. In this case, it'll be an administrator account because you'll be managing the PC. A good example of that is my mother's computer downstairs, which she's an administrator of, so that means she can install different apps, decide who can use the computer by setting up user accounts, decide whether she wants to disable or enable the command prompt, and so on. And then you've got those local accounts, which, like mine, you can't do that kind of thing, although on my account you can use the command prompt, but you can't install anything unless you're given admin privileges. So, now that you know the differences, let's talk about what the advantages of each account. Well, first of all, let's go over the advantages of an administrator account. When you are logged in as an administrator, you've practically got control over your computer, and you are able to install the software that your computer needs to run properly. The disadvantages of that: there are many viruses out there that do affect administrator accounts, but with the right sense of mind and the right attitude, a person logging in can download some antivirus software, or in this case enable Windows Defender Smart Screen if they're using Windows 10, and make sure that all malware is removed permanently. Okay, so user accounts. Well, the advantage of which is they are fairly safe. They cannot get many viruses that can affect administrator accounts. So yeah, that's just basically advantages and disadvantages. So, how do you go about setting up your account? Well, it's simple. You do this when you first start Windows and check the license agreement and all that stuff. And then you go through the process of setting up your account. You can either use a Microsoft account or just a local account. Bear in mind, if you're using a local account, you won't be able to use the Microsoft Store as it is blocked. So if you are signing in a Microsoft account, then you can use the Microsoft Store. So only administrators are able to create users. So of course, I won't be able to show you how to do that because I'm not an administrator. But what I can do is guide you through the steps of doing this. What you would want to actually do is go to the control panel and then go to user accounts. And on there, you should see an option to add a new user to the PC. And like I said before, you have to be an administrator to do this. The first step is confirming their email or phone number, but you don't have to know their email or phone number to create a user. In this case, you can click on "I don't know this person's sign-in information." Then you can go ahead and set up their account type, whether you want them to be a standard user or an administrator. So as an example is you could set up an account for a person named Donald D. So you type the user in one word, and then you'd be able to give them a password. Once done, just retype the password and Donald's account set up. Of course, if you try to do that on a user account, you'd be given an error 5, which just basically says access is denied. Now that's quite common, especially due to the fact that you don't have admin rights. But when you go through your account settings, you do see an option to sign in with a Microsoft account, and with that you can sign in with your Microsoft details and so on. So that would mean you'd be able to go to the Microsoft Store and maybe even configure Microsoft Edge. That's all I know about user accounts so far. Stay tuned for Windows Tips and Tricks from Jordan episode 5, where I'll be going over file types and file associations. I'm looking forward to going over that at some point in the near future.